Welcome back, World Cup fans. It's time for the Final Four and more. 2 semi-finals and a third place playoff to confirm our participants in Sunday's World Cup final. The curtain is closing on the showcase of the Immortals. The Dutch are back after dispatching the Danes in Lusail. They return to the second largest city to face arguably the second best team in the World Cup, Brazil. Not to take anything away from the Netherlands in the form of their lives since returning to the premier competition in world football. The last time these two teams met in World Cup football, the Netherlands had the edge. Vinicius squeezes a ball through to Rafinha. He tries to square it past Noppert, but Noppert has no part of it. Get it? Kurt Miners fails to clear his lines, gets as far as Rafinha, who finds Richarlison, who almost blasted a punishment past the defence. First free kick of the game taken by Neymar, but the keeper had it well watched. Holland finally out of their half. It's Dumfries. There's Kurt Miners in the centre, has no choice but to hit it first time as Thiago Silva was making up the ground. But it's just wide of Alisson's goal. The Dutch are finally showing some desire. Last time these two teams faced in a World Cup, the third place playoff in 2014, to add to Brazil's woes. The Dutch beat them and they might open the scoring here. Thanks to Marquinhos' complacent pass has gave it away to the challengers, and Klaassen nearly reaps the rewards. Klaasen's beaten in the air and Gakpo takes it on the volley. And luckily for Alisson, it rolls along the surface and Militao nearly crushes his skull in an attempt to cover. Richarlison on the turn, and once again it's plucked away by Noppert. It's a great save. Rafinha ignores Richarlison. He finds Militao, gets a bit lucky as he evades Ake, and it's Vinicius who thugs a volley into the turf. It bounces just shy of Noppert's net. Paquetá. Richarlison has snuck in at the near post and he gets it in on the second attempt. Brazil take the lead. 1 hour played in semi-final number 1. Paquetá bought as much time as his Brazilian pocket money would allow. And for such a breakthrough performance from Noppert this tournament, he will be disappointed. Not much he can do from that rebound, mind. Neymar slips it through to Vinicius. It's blocked up in the air. Richarlison's there, and it's 2. Brazil are surely assured of a place in the World Cup final against either France or Portugal. Bravery demonstrated by Richarlison. Now he's level with Neymar. 5 goals per blonde Brazilian. And Richarlison nearly lost half of those locks if Virgil van Dijk connected with that clearance. The Seleção are through to the World Cup final for the first time in 20 years. Netherlands 0, Brazil 2. France's World Cup odyssey of becoming the first team to successfully defend the World Cup since the other finalists, Brazil, continues, and it rallies on against the Seleção of Portugal. It's time for the red versus blue rematch of Euro 2016, the World Cup semi-final rematch of 2006. Mbappe v Ronaldo here in Al Rayyan. Bernardo Silva with an early sliver of his brilliance. Pavard bursting down the flank. Lets it go early to Dembele, square to the centre, Giroud! Oh! And there's France with a 10-minute lead against Portugal. The world champions have the first of the footprints in the desert towards Lusail Stadium. Olivier Giroud grabs goal number 4. Cristiano Ronaldo slams on the brakes, rolling back the ears on the left flank. Fernandes with the flick and the fuck. Sexy, sexy goal from Bruno Fernandes. Portugal wipe out France's advances in just 2 minutes. And it's thanks to a contender for goal of the tournament. The flashiness of Fernandes is flicked away from Antoine Griezmann. Volleyed with violent intentions past the French captain. Otavio has earned the ire of the referee. Free kick for France. Mbappe has it counted correctly by Diego Costa. Silva can shell it back into the middle to Leao. Couldn't catch the volley cleanly. Spreading the play to Hernandez. It's Giroud in the centre. Thwarted by Costa. Good save. Disabling the brace for now from Giroud. Long ball over the top to Chouamani. Cuts inside, Ruben Diaz. Chouamani. And then Mbappe blasts it. France are back in front. And now Kid Kylian gets his 3rd goal of the World Cup. The Netherlands may be out, but the Cruyff turn lives on thanks to Chouamani. Fast and furious first half goals coming here. Ronaldo biting his pedicured nails as his World Cup legacy is slipping away from him. Oh, Fernandes trying to roll it into the bottom corner with the most Latin of delicacy. That may haunt him. Guerrero slips away from Pavard. Now Bruno Fernandes into the centre to Silva. Corner. Pavard has found Dembele. Now here's Griezmann. Opens up for a strike that goes high, wide, and far from as handsome as the French prince himself. Giroud back to Griezmann. Pavard to Dembele. Drops the shoulder to get away from Diaz. And Guerrero botches the clearance, and Giroud thankfully botches the finish as Portugal's hearts stopped. Mbappe. Rabiot. Giroud knocks it back onto Mbappe, who was clearly the original intention of Adrian. That was the chance for the French to create some daylight here in the night's time. Here's quiet Cristiano. He's been silent all game. That was the best he had for Lloris. Jean-Felix. It's back to him. Good 1-2 pass. Jean-Felix! And Portugal's chances of forcing extra time are turning into sand in the hand. Leao on the volley. It's all over now for Portugal. We're in extra time of stoppage time. France have one last chance to defend the World Championship. And it's against his South American neighbours of their real opponents, Argentina. Brazil will face France in Lusail. It's France 2, Portugal 1. And finally, there is the bureaucracy of settling our 3rd place. Team between the Netherlands and Portugal. Both teams have won bronze once before. However, the Netherlands claimed the silver medal 3 times. Ricardo Horta escapes from Frimpong. Here's Gonçalo Ramos. Stands his ground, is still Ramos. Ramos has fired it in! And Gonçalo Ramos has become one of Portugal's breakthrough stars in the absence of Cristiano Ronaldo's snub in the real World Cup. And he announces himself in the 3rd place playoff. Mario. Well-weighted ball to Ricardo Horta, and it's Diego Dallo He picks up the scraps on the follow-up, and Portugal are well entrenched on their way to getting their first bronze medal, finishing third for the first time since 1966. Nutted away by Silva. Fouls to De Jong, who fires an absolute bazooka from close range. And the Dutch are back in this third place playoff. Probably for the keeper's benefits that he didn't get anything on this. Lim would have surely gone flying into that crowd. De Roon onto Berghaus. Springs across in. Simons down to De Jong. And in the lonely 1 minute of added time, we are back to square one. And Luuk De Jong gets goal number 2. Third place playoffs are usually dismissed as after-fought affairs. Well, at least we have plenty of goals in this first half. Ronaldo threads it through to Ricardo Horta. And the Braga captain rounds off an excellent performance tonight. Almost surely bringing bronze home to Braga. The end of a World Cup era for Cristiano Ronaldo. He takes something home in the form of a bronze medal. Portugal finish their highest since 1966. World Cup final finally confirmed. A rematch of the 1998 finale. Brazil versus France on Sunday. It's not the only form of gold to be handed out. Neymar, Richarlison and Ronaldo could potentially share the golden boot amongst themselves unless Olivier Giroud outscores them all in Sunday's World Cup final. And where you come in, you just got to predict in the comments below who you think will lift the self-titled solid gold World Cup trophy in Sunday's final. France are there in virtual and real form. Brazil stand in for the South Americas.